mom, and my mom was like, what? And I'm like, the player? And then my mom's like, no. I'm asking you a question, what?
What is this draft? Let's talk about that. Game
right.
number 2, GEEK still on the blue side.
Is this too chaotic for you guys?
It's not. It's
All
not.
right,
It's,
great.
I'm loving it.
It's the right amount of chaos.
Are we doing game 1 again?
Yeah, so far, welcome to game number 1. Same exact draft, same exact bans, heck, even.
ONIC doesn't even ban.
The rewind. I wonder what the thought is here, especially
Oh, it's Matilda.
for GEEK fam.
Oh, Matilda's shy.
The Matilda, at this point, there's a little bit of a glitch in the system because Matilda let her go. Why is she locked in? Always.
It's like she's not good enough to be picked, but then she becomes too good that she gets banned. There's no in between.
It's counterintuitive,
Yep.
but Fredrin, even though we've seen the nerfs, it's still so prio, even more so than even a... Okay.
Look, even the draft went down because they're like, okay, wait, is this game number 1?
Was it an error? Is it game 1 replayed?
Yeah.
Right? It turns out it is.
It is not.
It is, because it's the same.
It's the same so far, but it's different order, right? It was Valentina Fredrin, now it's Fredrin Valentina.
No,
Small
don't be like
difference.
that. Don't be like that. Come on, Arashi.
It's
Don't be like so detailed like that.
all right. We don't mind the little things, right?
Yes.
Let's skip the little things. Same game so far. Will it still be the same little Edith picked up by ONIC though?
Is that a proper description? The same little Edith.
Edith's not small.
It is, well, Edith
Edith herself is small.
herself is small. The robot's
Yes.
big. So
The robot's
technically,
huge.
That's the robot though.
that's pretty average, not huge, all right? So,
whoa.
yeah, MLBB size. You can see Atlas way bigger. That's huge.
Oh yeah.
Right? But Edith, average size. Come
It's
on.
like he's muy grande.
Muy grande.
A lot huge. I don't know. A lot big.
Yes.
I love Chinese.
Oh yeah. See, 我不知道, man.
Oh, whoa!
Hey, ni
Yo,
hao
you-
ma.
Wow, 中国, wow!
Ah, yeah.
This is the English. That's
Oh, sorry. Hola, no hables español.
Yo, stop speaking English, all right?
All right,
Get
I'm
back
sorry.
to Indonesian. We're back at it again. Finally, the drafts are back. Sorry for that inconvenience,
No,
ladies
we're
and
not.
gentlemen.
Bit of a glitch here where we just,
Not
when you
just
press
the
the wrong
draft.
button on the
Yeah.
remote and the language changes. That's what it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Where's
But
the subtitles?
now we're back. Uranus banned by GEEK fam as well right here. So it's not that far different. Is it going to be reversed again? Will the Lancelot come after the Uranus this time?
I mean, I kind of feel like they should respect the quad, no? Because they don't have any catching mechanisms, right? I mean, like, force something on CW that you can actually do something against. Like, the game was almost uninteractive. CW is like, okay, I'm not going to get a kill, so I'm going to dip. I'm going to go somewhere else.
It was a linear game.
Exactly.
Very linear game there. There were no choices that GEEK fam can make in that game, and all the choices that they could make doesn't
It looks like a wrong one.
impact the ending.
Yeah. It's one of those situations where if you're a guy, you get this, right?
Oh, look at this.
Ya, GEEK menang mulus, pinjam dulu 100.
All right, what is that? Translate.
Let GEEK win. Let me borrow $100.
Dollars.
Come on, Dexter.
Close, yeah.
DOLLAR.
Well, money in the bank for LaFell, but the Claude, it is going to be banned away. So now ONIC will have to find an alternative. They still have the first pick here. They can't just pick up the Irithel. LaFell
could.
was saying that the Irithel was just so prio, so value, but not picked up. It's the Dyrot we saw yesterday.
100% win rate.
And usually with the Dyrot pick here, they do pick up something like an Irithel, but it can certainly just be denied away from GEEK fam. This is the counter, though, that we actually spoke about behind the scenes as well. Into a Baksha. His main strength is tankiness. If you have that physical defense shred, helps out.
But look again. ONIC, they're in a position they can win the lanes.
Okay.
So it might be a repeat of game number 1. So this could be game number 1.5
1.5?
Just
or
with a few tweaks.
1.7. It depends what's your favorite number. It could be
1.12.
1.2. Yeah.
Because we're in Season 12.
Oh, that's a good one. If you're talking
You know,
about winning,
sometimes you're clever.
Sometimes.
I hear you talking, I'm like, oh, that's actually pretty good.
You know what else is pretty good? This deny pick. Irithel and the exploit. That was such a big problem. They can't ban it. So, just pick it.
against this pick-off composition, the Firaga armor will definitely be great, but oh man!
Oh, wait, do they have enough dive?
When I was talking about Ixia game number 1, I was talking about game 1.2, 1.12.
You didn't let him finish, Arashi. He was about to say point 2.
He's Just looking into the future,
I
man.
need to work with professionals, man.
We've been through this.
Actually, you know what? I prefer working with non-professionals. You guys are great.
You're good.
You're great.
Wow, great. Let's see. Draft index. What can you see from this, Arashi?
Well,
It's gone a bit too soon.
yeah,
though.
didn't get to see it that close, but you can tell that there's a lot of crowd control still for ONIC. And even though technically there isn't, there's no slows coming from export, the Diverth will help in taking out the members from GEEK Fam, and the best crowd control is that.
And right now, going into the game, this time without a Claude, with the Ixia. Previous game, there was enough dive, but now that becomes a question mark. Will they be able to catch CW, or once again, CW will open the full barrage and drop down GEEK Fam.
Smash them.
Calvin Winata on the Ixia.
Troops deployed.
We'll see if he can just gun down the members of GEEK Fam. But with this composition, I guess that's why ONIC banned away the Yuzong, man. They were concerned. Because we saw that when Bigatron was using it, the Yuzong can really stop the full barrage so consistently. They are not going to deal with that at all this time. If you think the last game was linear, I think the fights are going to be even more linear now. GEEK Fam are the ones that have to make it messy, make it complicated, and find some weird flanks. No.
No, okay. Messy as in, you know, like clean
Yes.
and messy, the opposite? All right. Well, right now, ONIC, they kind of have the same strat, right? It's all about playing through neutral objectives through these team fights. And let's see who gets this. The Lethal Wanderer, first one. So win for ONIC.
Looking at the emblem setup here, 4 quantum charges for ONIC. In my head, that just means hiding around. So I kind of feel like he has to be a little bit more careful, and I don't know, man. Personally for me, I would say every single game is going to be ONIC.
Oh.
That's for me. I mean, the prediction's not going to come up, but I'm just going to let you guys know. It's always ONIC for me.
All right, it's always, wait. Niall trying to go for the Retribution battle right now, 1v1, and he actually finds it. Gets the Retribution away from Kyrie. That's going to be a pretty big win for GEEK Fam, shutting Kyrie down from the get-go.
I think it's a very good pick for GEEK Fam, man. The Boxia, a lot of movement speed, a lot of clear, especially against Kyrie, where you want to try and get in the way of his jungling pattern, jungling pathing. That's a great value pick. And I mean, as Superken was saying, if he gets it, it's 100%. I think Niall can do the same thing.
I would say for GEEK Fam, they just got to make sure that they don't lose the laning phase. They don't necessarily have to win. They just don't have to lose.
Ooh. Speaking of that, they are listening to our comms as well. Yes, Lafell, we won't never mind. A boy in the mid lane, Purify already. The Stampede gets him out, but that's a big spell to be using, both CW and a boy.
Hey, but again, you don't have to win, just don't lose. So, like, a boy, be careful.
It's like a battle of patience, honestly, for both these teams. And Kibo and Beloyski having a bit of a showdown here in the river. But what's characteristic about ONIC right here is the fact that they never really overextend, even when they're going for a kill.
Oh! A flicker burnt out there. They're not letting you finish your sentences. Arashi, that's Keyboy with an onward. That's another realm, giving them a little bit more HP as Keyboy flickers out of the taunt, and that's going to be Kyrie who wins the Reggie battle, but now loses his life. No! Appraiser's Wrath grants him first blood. It's traded in with a kill as well, but it's ultimately a 2 for 2, just a turtle difference that ONIC took.
Personally for me, that's still win for ONIC.
Hey.
Hey, I called it. Everyone ONIC.
All in ONIC.
All in ONIC. Because, okay, so for this draft, I would say team fight, this time, it will look good for GEEK Fam. They just had to make sure that they don't lose a lot of turrets, because when the full barrage opens, Marky will have an advantage with his heavy crossbow. He can dodge, and he will deal much more damage.
Beloyski trying to hit the Natalia there. Not able to find it. That's a Haas Claws built up from Marquis as they try their best to actually go and invade. But Beloy gets caught by his ex-teammate, Kyrie! That's the second death for Beloyski this game.
Getting caught by your ex, not a good feeling.
Boots gets caught by the turret. Which one feels better, X or turret?
Turret.
Turret.
I read it, take turret.
Okay.
I think we can all agree it's turret. And on that note, Ulfel, I think as long as ONIC doesn't really get too far ahead, where the full barrage can take you out before you can move out of it, like you mentioned, Marky can make use of the speedy nature of this Irithel and find something if he can avoid Boots and Kyrie as well. They're going to be looking for that kill very, very aggressively.
Only Baptism connecting. Keyboy with the onward. Now it's a full barrage where Keyboy loses his life. They're going to be able to get out of the angle there, but it's a flicker. Out. Barely, almost catching Beloy. That's the holy healing coming down, and Sans is rotating. Marky gets a good hit onto the turret. Meanwhile, look at that. Look at that damage from CW.
Yeah, and here's the thing, man. CW hurts, but you gotta know, Ixia, the initial damage is gonna be huge, but now Boots.
Engaged on. Not going to be enough to survive. The Abyssum Strike comes in, but the last Insanity is used up to dodge away and to deal that final hit. Kyrie now going to be dove on by Niall and Luke. It's not going to be enough. He's still able to escape, and look at the timing. Perfectly done by GEEK Fam for the Turtle. Marky up top with Leo. That's Irithel's Tiger. Luke, in the bottom lane, this might be a solo kill. A good Terrify in, but it's not enough to take him down. ONIC decides to concede it as Niall secures Turtle number 2.
Great planning from GEEK Fam, finally getting a guaranteed objective take. But ONIC, they're never that static. They keep going for more things, keep trying to find opportunities around the map, and look at the full barrage coming out.
Oh, what the heck is that damage?
It's almost like a burst skill instead of a DPS skill.
No, I would agree. The full barrage, the initial hit is good. And now Beloyski helping out a boy to kite back, and because of that, our boy goes back in.
But then he goes back out.
And then he goes back out. But going to my point, the full barrage, in my personal opinion, if you can time the Netherrealm to basically mitigate the initial damage, you're going to win the fight because most of the good damage is coming on in the early stage of the fight.
Hey, look, exactly what you said happened, but plus the Purify to get out. Kyrie diving the turret, trying to poke even more. The boy's going to be able to recall out of this one, and have GEEK Fam done what you asked them to do. Don't lose in the laning phase.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot better mitigating the risk, mitigating the losses that ONIC have been able to just get in the previous game. You take a look at the gold differences by UBS Gold. A boy actually is even out with Sans. And in the gold lane, Marky is out farming CW, despite how the lane looks like it's going.
It's just a poke, I feel, in this matchup, right? For CW, the range advantage and the sustain advantage that grants him the better trades. Heavy crossbow defensively. Beloyski going to be knocked up right now as Niall looks for a sandwich play, but Onward gets him out. Now Primal Wrath with another round. Beloyski with a flicking forward of the baptism, but now they all fall under full barrage. CW with a good spray down. Niall running away. That's a shield and he connecting with the Brazer's Wrath connects as well. Luke with the last Insanity to the back, and now with some fire. That's Marky gunning them down. Luke is spitting some super hot fire.
Hey, and this time again, GEEK Fam, they can take those fights. They have enough damage. And again, CW, the full barrage, the initial spike of damage is huge. If you can survive that, you can survive the world.
That's exactly what we saw in the previous fight. Now, ONIC also overstayed a bit there, and GEEK Fam trying to use all this momentum, get towers, get kills, get the turtle as well. Everything they can get to try and make sure that ONIC just gets bewildered on what to try and react to right now.
And now didn't even use the Retribution onto the turtle. The Halloween Baptist are connecting right there, but Beloyski's gonna be caught in the back. Sans picks up the kill. A boy loses the Netherrealm HP, and now he's caught in the midst of it all. Pops into Purify, gets up for a bit, but immobility from that Primal Wrath locks him down. A lead, but then ONIC takes a little bit back.
You know what? I feel like it's because I'm here. As a Malaysian, whenever we have a lead, we need a bit of a throw.
Just a bit.
And I feel like, you know, GEEK Fam, they feel like, yeah, they got to do that.
And they had a Malaysian team too.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, is that just like...
Shout outs to the Malaysians that like to throw when you have a lead.
Shout out to everyone who throws when they have a lead.
Shout out to everyone, yeah.
That's a very common thing. But for now, both teams are just throwing back and forth, but Luke with the X-Borg can just be a lot more survivable. That will probably be important in the late game. But I think ONIC, by the way, have an extra bit of combo here. If they can lower the physical defense using the Dairoth and then hit him with the full barrage, it's a lot of burst damage that might just catch one of the members of GEEK Fam off guard.
Wait, they're trying to dive Niall right now, and they're doing a good job at it, but Turret is still standing, and he's still going to be able to survive for quite a bit. Finally taken down here, but that took some time. It took a lot of time, actually. Marky is still up top, trying to utilize this time bot to take a tier 2, and I would say it's worth it.
Yeah, I would say if Luke had more HP, he would have tried to help his friend. And we saw what happened just now, GEEK Fam, when you're trying to help out your friends, sometimes it's not in your best interest. Sometimes it's good just to let your friends die.
Sometimes you have to worry about yourself first before you try and save someone. You can't help someone who's drowning when you can't swim yourself.
Be selfish before you're selfless.
Yeah, because on the flight, they say, when the oxygen mask comes down, put it on yourself first.
Before your child even, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Because you can't help someone if you yourself aren't in a position to help.
We're finding so many ways to say the same thing, and I think that shows our synergy here.
I just hope the audience watching, if you're in a situation where you have to be like, do I help out my friend or myself? Help out yourself, king and queens.
Start with you. You matter.
Yes, start
You
with you.
matter, sir.
Shout out to mental health.
All right, you know, something more important. Look at the hand cam.
Ooh.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're on a Fredrin, Kyrie. You don't need to be doing all these fast hand maneuvers, man.
Well, he's keeping his eye out on the rest of the area. And that's great. So he knows
We need an eye cam?
contextually. A hand cam. No, he's keeping an eye out. You're looking at around the Lord area to know if there's any kind of weird flanks coming in, but he is going to get caught out.
And there you go. That's the flank you were talking about. Arashi, Kyrie gets the pressure trap, but now gets blown up by the last Insanity. Loses his life, and that's the jungler taken away for ONIC. GEEK fam take control of the Lord, and it should be a free one. Luke with the recalls.
Oof. That's a big recall, big statement. Taking the Lord out of ONIC so cleanly. We haven't seen it in a while, and now Beloyski.
The baptism as Boots jumps into the back line right there, but Marquis, whoa, an aggressive maneuver to get him punished down. That's immobility from Keyboy. This might be a winning fight, but Keyboy, 1 HP! Literally. Luke still able to kite away, but Immortality is going to be popped right now as Boots pops in, he misses some strike, getting rid of the Faraga armor for a bit, but the Holy Healing grants him enough! It sounds with the flicker forward and the flicker from Luke as well. Boost jumps in, now to another. It sounds with the makeup kill. Niall and a boy trying to cut away right now as Boost jumps in once again, giving CW a lot of damage, and that's going to be a boy taking a kill. But CW gets the same. A boy versus CW. Stampede versus Ghostbusters versus the range of Tewe.
Dude, Gilad Sans. He really turned things around for the team.
He did.
That was a bit of an overextension from GEEK fam as well, though. Marky doing so well the whole time, playing the macro game, splitting away, making sure that ONIC has to send CW to the top side, losing the Lord in the process, and then walking straight into a Keyboy initiate, getting deleted. With that happening, the Lord now will be cleared by ONIC, and if you look at the items, still somewhat even, gold-wise, but if you look at the composition, ONIC has a bit more burst to work with, but the longer the fight goes, that's where GEEK fam starts to shine. That's important, man. You gotta keep in mind how both teams want to play this out.
Honestly, I kind of feel like Marky, because he had the great Dragon Spirit, he feels like he could outmaneuver ONIC. So shoutouts to Kyrie, able to stop him in his tracks, making it so that ONIC can deal up free damage. Because if not, Marky would have deleted ONIC. Like, the amount of damage that Irritel has now, it's a lot.
It's more than a lot. You can actually wipe out everything, including, with the help of Head and Shoulders, dandruff.
Itchy dandruff in particular, man. If it's wet, oh, that's awful.
I've been in a Head and Shoulders
Commercial?
I saw.
commercial, yeah.
I watched.
That was good, right?
It was pretty good.
A lot of people ask me to open my shirt, and I'm like, nah, fam.
It's Head and Shoulders, not body soap.
Is that haram?
Exactly. Yeah, it's haram.
Technically, for men, it's like we use shampoo for soap too sometimes.
Wait, what?
Yeah. For
what?
men, you use one product for everything. Head, body.
That's why it's called Head and Shoulders. You can use it for everything.
Yeah, if you can use it on your shoulders, you can use
I've
it on
been
the
doing
rest
it
of your
wrong
body.
my whole life.
Exactly, LaFell. You got to learn from the
I've
professionals,
only
man.
used it in areas that has hair.
Like the head.
Like your whole body?
Well, it depends.
Look at Luke right now.
I am looking.
And now look at a boy.
Man,
Look at Keyboy. Oh, I love the observers, man. Like,
And now look at Nolan.
Shout-outs.
A
Shout-outs
new
to the
hero
observers.
that went out for milk.
And
Oof.
never came back. I mean, like, it took time. It took time.
It took time.
He's back though. He's back though. So we'll see. How
I mean,
that plays
Layla
out.
grew up to be great. Kind
really?
of. I mean, not a lot of people use her, but
Exactly.
that's good.
That's not. Oh.
Game
Moving on.
fam.
Moving
Not
on.
a meta pick.
Almost 1,000 goal lead here. And again, they want that team fight. Because I feel like if they can bat out the full barrage, that's great.
They can wither it out, that will be great for sure. But now they're also winning in the macro department. The movement speed being supplied by Beloyski is allowing GEEK fam to be spread out a lot thinner compared to ONIC, who is always close together, especially for CW, who is just completely immobile.
Wait, what is Marky and Beloyski doing up top? Okay, now they're coming towards the fight.
It's a signature Beloy play, man.
Really?
When he dies 5 times, that's when the BBB spawns in the game. You know what the BBB is, LaFell?
Big brain Beloy.
You've been watching MPL ID, sir. And so has ONIC. Look at them. They know where Beloyski is going to go. But hey, they're so focused on Beloyski that they forgot about a boy, Niall, and Luke. Here, we're still trying to kite.
Kyrie is surviving a lot of damage right here though. GEEK fam can't really do much here, but now, whoa, Luke!
Say goodbye to the Faraga armor. But that's the photo, granting him the HP. A flicker backwards. Defensive leg! Hey boy! Into a full barrage, into a taunt right now. Defensive Netherrealm for GEEK fam as they run wild. ONIC are the ones who are running wild on GEEK fam. Luke falling to one more hit, the last hit from Sans.
if you're a fan, you did not want to see that. You did not want to see Marky getting caught out like that.
Absolutely not. Blink and you'll miss it. And Edith engage into a full barrage. That will do it, man. There was no time at all to react. Now with that, with all that being said, man, with the pickup happening, and with ONIC just running everyone down, they're getting turrets, they're getting the Lord as well. That was almost the worst case scenario for GEEK fam.
Oh, I would say that is the worst case scenario.
Well, worst case would be they're wiped out.
Losing Marky feels like losing a leg.
A leg?
Yeah.
Wow.
They can't walk forward anymore.
They really
But
can't.
that's what they want to do.
That's what they want to do. They want to kite. They have an export. They have a Rafaela. And we have an instant replay to see exactly what happened.
Oh, look at that. Getting caught out. Keyboy just seeing a casual Iritel walking towards the Lord. This is one of those
Very
moments
innocent.
you feel like you should have taken the longer route.
Very naive.
Very what?
Naive.
Especially against ONIC, I think you should have expected something of that nature. And it was a credit to Kyrie for landing the big 3-4-man taunt right there, signaling to the whole team like it's go time. And everyone was just so on point with the follow-up. It came in without any delay at all. That's what you have to like adjust with, expect from ONIC. With a 5k gold lead, they're going to try and take some base turrets.
Lance Lord concealed by Keyboy. Niles still able to get out right there. Pops into Poisson's Earth Shatter, dodged away from mid lane. Still, the key for ONIC as they look to try to siege down the other turrets remaining, but they need to stay in formation. Boots, not going to be stunned up, but the holy baptism. Kyrie jumps in, gets a taunt. Boots staying very, very low. CW with a full barrage, but the last insanity goes to the back. A good flicker out from CW, outplaying the situation. The Keyboy in the front. Still, it's going to be Sans with a monster kill. Keyboy with the Primal Wrath is actually going for the end right now. Nile taken out. A boy. One man left standing. ONIC match point.
Marky in the previous game was not touched. 0 deaths. The moment in this game, he died 3 times. That's a little bit too much. And ONIC capitalizes.
Just can't deal with the touches, man. With everyone just running straight at him. That was crazy. And even in the end, we talk about macro skills displayed on the table for ONIC. But look at the micros, man. CW completely outplayed the final moment of that fight. We're going to take a look at a bit more in the replay later on, but this is an all-round great performance for ONIC.
I would say ONIC is one of those teams, you make one mistake, it feels like you're making 50 mistakes.
Why 50? Why stop at that number?
51!